They thought I was too old to fight back, but they forgot I raised survivors. I didn't lose them. I let them go. My name is Marjorie Williams. I'm 60 years old, and today, I'm finally free. You know, people believe older women are weak, too old to fight, too fragile to resist. But let me tell you something. Old age doesn't make you weak. Old age makes you dangerous, because you finally learn who deserves your silence, and who deserves your absence. I wasn't born into comfort. Chicago was hard on me. I raised my 2 kids alone, worked double shifts for 30 years, cleaning offices and serving food at a diner. Every night, I walked home tired, but I still smiled, because I had a dream. One day, I would own a house, a place where no landlord could ever tell me rent is due. So, I saved every dollar, packed sandwiches instead of ordering lunch, walked instead of taking the bus, and eventually, I bought a small brick house, blue shutters, white fence, front porch where I could drink tea at sunset. That house wasn't just a building, it was my soul, my children, Angela and Derek. They were my world once. I gave up sleep, money, even my health, just to raise them right. But success is a strange thing. Children don't always become what you teach. Sometimes, they become what they choose. As they grew older, they changed. They stopped visiting, stopped calling. Birthdays came and went. Nothing. Mother's Day. Not even a text message. But whenever they needed money, suddenly they remembered I existed. I told myself, they're busy. They'll slow down someday. They'll need me again. I was right, but not in the way I expected. One Sunday afternoon, they barged into my house. No greetings, no hugs. Just anger. Angela put some papers on the table. Mom, we need to talk about the future. I smiled gently. Whose future? Yours, she said, but mostly ours. Derek leaned forward. You should sign a will. Make sure the house comes to us. I blinked. Why the rush? He pointed at the wall clock. Time doesn't stop, Mom. Then Angela said something I'll never forget. Why should this house go to waste just because you don't need it anymore? They spoke like vultures waiting for a body to fall. They didn't ask how I was feeling. They didn't ask if I was lonely. They cared about one thing, the house. I looked at the paperwork. A feeling of betrayal ran through me like ice. They weren't worried about losing a mother. They were worried about losing property. I forced myself to smile. Sure, I said. If this makes you happy, I'll sign. And I did. Right? Their eyes sparkled with greed. They left smiling. They thought they had won, but they didn't notice one thing. When I signed those papers, my hand didn't shake because I wasn't scared. I was planning. The next morning, I went to my lawyer, Mr. Hill, a kind man. He looked at me, confused. Mrs. Williams, the will your children made you sign. I stopped him. I know what I signed. That was for them. Now this one is for me. I handed him new documents. I wanted everything, the house, my savings, every asset transferred to Hope Orphanage. Not after I died. Immediately. He blinked twice. You're giving everything away. Even the house. Yes. Are you sure? I nodded. I didn't work all my life to reward ingratitude. He slowly smiled. You are a remarkable woman. No, I had simply reached an age where peace mattered more than blood. 3 weeks later, my children came again. Excited. Angela walked around the house like a real estate agent. I'll remodel this kitchen. Derek laughed. I'm selling this house. I calmly poured tea and set 3 cups. The lawyer is coming, I said. They exchanged a glance. Wow, Mom, you're taking this seriously. When Mr. Hill walked in with the real will, they were practically vibrating with anticipation. He opened the envelope, cleared his throat, and read aloud, upon the request of Marjorie Williams, the property located at 18th Street, Chicago, has been legally transferred to Hope Orphanage. Silence. They stared. Like the words didn't make sense. Angela burst. What? That's our house. Derek slapped the table. Mom, are you insane? I took a sip of tea. No, for the first time in years, I am completely sane. Angela screamed. You tricked us. No, I replied. You tried to force me. I just refused to be your victim. Derek pointed at me, furious. We are your blood. I looked into his eyes. Blood makes you relatives. Behavior makes you strangers. They stormed out. The door slammed, and suddenly, the house felt lighter. A week later, the orphanage children visited my home. Little footsteps filled the porch. Laughter echoed through the rooms. One little girl hugged me tight. Thank you for giving us a place to live. I hugged her back. No, you gave me something I never had. What's that? She asked. I smiled. Peace. We sat together on the porch, watching the sunset. For the first time in my life, I wasn't a mother in pain. I was a woman in peace. And peace is worth more than any inheritance